Coming to you from the studios at the Illinois Rock and Roll Museum on Route 66, it's the Rock and Roll Chicago podcast.
Rock and roll Chicago, rock and roll Chicago, my hometown. Well, I was born in the city, gonna rock the city, Chicago. Chicago rock and rollers are the best you're ever around.
Hey, everybody, it's Ray the Roadie.
And this is Hollywood Mike.
Hollywood Mike.
Mr. Ray, how you doing, man?
I'm doing good. How you doing?
You know, I couldn't be better. I'm living the dream.
Good for you. What dream is that?
Well, I don't have to report to a day job until January, 14th.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Awesome.
I'm done.
That's good.
I'm trying to get him to leave me alone.
Did you get fired or?
Nope, absolutely not. I just decided I'm done for the year. I'm not coming back.
You have that much power at your job? You can tell them to do that?
Nope.
No.
But I did.
So this
but I
is just-
did. This is an experiment.
Oh.
We're going to see what happens.
Oh, let's see when you get back January 14th and they say,
right.
Mike who?
Yeah, that's right.
Well,
That's the way it's going.
what are you going to do until then?
Absolutely nothing.
Nothing.
No.
Nothing.
But I might hang out here and do some podcast interviews
That sounds
and
good.
hang out with you and drink bourbon
That's good.
because it is Wednesday.
It is Wednesday.
That's what we have to
Wednesdays are good.
do. So what we got going on?
Tonight we got Honeydew Squeeze.
Honeydew Squeeze.
Yeah.
Wow. That's a sultry sounding kind of
It
name.
sure is.
That means two things.
I want to know where that name came from.
I do. I want to know what that does too.
And who's here representing?
My name's Tony. I'm the drummer.
And I'm Josh, and I'm the lead guitarist and vocalist. And Tony's also a vocalist too, as well.
Sometimes.
All right.
Yeah, and I'm John, bass and vocals.
No glockenspiel.
No Glockenspiel.
We're still trying to find the glockenspiel.
We're going to find one.
It's been 2 years now. We can't find a glockenspiel player.
You guys did. I listened to your podcast with
That was you?
No, with Frequilibrium. Frequilibrium. You guys talked about it.
Oh, that's right.
Yes.
He was the guy that
He was the guy that listened to that
Yeah.
podcast.
Yes.
I was wondering who that was.
One listen.
One listen. That was, dude. I called you up, dude.
Yeah.
Somebody listened to it.
Seriously, you listened to the Frequilibrium? Wow.
I sure did. Yeah. Our keyboardist who's not here, he's actually buddies with them. So I was looking through your podcast. I saw Frequilibrium, but I figured I'd give
So
it a
that's
listen.
what it is.
So it's
There was a connection. It's not
was
like
a
he just
connection.
randomly
Yeah.
came across our podcast
No,
and goes,
I
shit,
was like, yeah.
I'm gonna listen to it.
Nah.
All right, I knew there had to be something like that because I mean we're not that good. I mean, you know.
I thought we were.
Okay, yeah, well, we are. No, we are. We're actually pretty good.
Yeah, I think so.
And if once we get the video cameras going on, they'll know how
Believe me.
handsome we are. Too.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
People could tell me I've got a face for radio.
Yeah. Yeah. You don't even have a face for radio. You have a face for a podcast.
That's right.
They've got to pre-record it and then edit it
And
for us to look good enough for radio.
so Honeydew Squeeze.
Honeydew Squeeze. What do you guys do?
Where does that, and also where did this name come from?
It's a good question. I'd like to know where it came from too. No, it's the band's been going on for quite a bit.
Did you start the band?
Yeah, so
Okay.
it started in Kalamazoo, Michigan when I was in college out there at Western. Go Broncos. And I think it happened just like any good band name happens. We're just all sitting around drinking and doing other things and, throwing a bunch of stuff at the wall, see what sticks. And I think someone shouted out, maybe me or somebody else, Honeydew. How about something with Honeydew? Like, okay, that's on there. We're going to write that down. Now we need something else. Honeydew, what? A million different things, and Squeeze came out.
Somebody said melon, didn't they?
Oh, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, it was just something that the stars aligned and something cool came of it. Yeah, right.
Yeah. Yeah. I have to apologize to you, Ray, because I totally know what you were trying to do at the beginning of the interview.
No, thank you.
With the Honeydew Squeeze and stuff, and I had time off, and you were trying to get me to say Honeydew List, but I've been drinking bourbon, and I just wasn't.
That'll happen.
It's bourbon will make you lose your mind a little bit like
That's
that.
right.
Can we start the whole thing over again?
No.
No?
No.
Okay. All right.
We'll walk out and walk back in.
So how'd you put this together? What was your first phone call? You decided, okay, I'm going to put this thing together and we're going to start a band. So
Yeah, so always playing music. I was the worst of three guitarists growing up, so they made me play bass,
Yep.
as it goes. But then once I got to college, I didn't have a band, so I just started playing guitar, figured that out, and had a buddy who was also a musician. So we started gigging out. We played on a couple radio stations for the college as well, which was a lot of fun.
what college was that? I'm sorry?
Western Michigan University.
Western Michigan
Yep,
University.
Western Michigan.
Go Broncos.
That's right.
Brown and yellow.
Kind of like a gold.
Is it, yeah, no, it's yellow. I'm sorry. No. My son and I did the college visit there in the Hobbit, and we saw it. And my son's like, "Yeah, these colors aren't in my color palette. I can't do the brown and the yellow."
It's lost. It's a shame. Yeah, we started out there, and we were going by. I think at that time it was like Johnny Laulea and Irk. That was
the name of your band?
That was the name of this band initially. It turned into Little Brother in Technicolor. Then I found out that was a rap artist or a hip hop group from way back in the day.
Okay, yeah.
So I was like, okay, pivot. Then we became Smudge. And we got a mandolin player and an auxiliary percussionist. Then we finally found a saxophonist, auxiliary percussionist, bass player, guitarist, drummer. We were 5-piece.
No glockenspiel.
No, that comes later. Then we came up with Honeydew Squeeze, gigged around Kalamazoo all over the place. Did that for a couple years. And then when I graduated, took a little break, moved back out here. I grew up around this area and started jamming with a couple other guys. And we started a band called, what was it? It was Psychedelic Breakfast. And then that turned into Heavy Mellow. And then we were like, you know what? We have already so many songs that are Honeydew Squeeze. Why don't we just take the name, revamp these tunes? Started jamming. Actually played at like the Drunk Donut. That was our first gig out here. And then we found Josh, thankfully. And what was that, 2017?
Yeah.
Somewhere around there. And we were a 3-piece acoustic band for a while.
Thank God that Josh came along, because
agree.
if one more weird name popped up, I didn't know what I was going to do. So we've clearly figured out what the talent of this band is. It isn't playing music. It's coming up with band names.
Yeah, branding.
Band names.
Is what
yeah.
it is.
Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah. So if you need a band name, hit me up. But yeah, we found Josh and we were a 3-piece acoustic band, and I was playing guitar still. And then a year later, we found Tony. And at that point, he was playing auxiliary percussion for us. We had a bass player that jumped in, a different drummer, Josh on shredding lead guitar, me on rhythm guitar, all of us singing a little bit here and there. And then just earlier this year, our drummer and bass player at the time ended up going a different direction. We found our keyboardist, Brennan, who's not here. But then the 4 of us have been jamming since probably around April. Sounds about right. Yeah.
So you were an auxiliary percussionist at first.
Yep.
And then they promoted you to full-time drummer.
Yeah, by
Okay.
default, because the other drummer left.
So what was the auxiliary percussion?
So I played congas, like a bunch of shakers, tambourines, pretty much anything that I had laying around, just playing drums all the years. I just kind of put up like a set together and just went with it.
All right, be honest. Was there ever a time where you're like, this guy sucks, I need to be the real drummer?
Oh, yeah, all the time.
Yeah.
No, it was cool what we had for a while. It was like a new learning experience for me because I had dabbled in like hand percussion in college too, but never really like took it to the next step. So it was kind of like a cool 4 years playing that, but I did miss the kit. So it was an awesome time to switch back to that.
Yeah, no, I could totally see that. Mm-hmm. You're just sitting there just doing, I mean, that can't be fulfilling.
Well, hey, he got pretty good at the harmonica while I was doing that too, though.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah.
So he's our harmonica player as well. Yeah.
So you really don't have a lead singer. You all just kind of sing a little bit. Is that the way it goes?
Yeah, I mean, I would say I probably sing maybe like 60% of the time, and then the rest is kind of divvied up between everybody, I would say. Is that kind of fair?
Yeah, that sounds right.
Yeah.
All right. And so how long has the band been together then?
So this iteration of the band with, our keyboardist and us 3 only, what?
Like 8 months.
8 months,
Something
maybe.
like that.
Wow. Okay.
But the band, here and there, starting and stopping, different members coming in, all that since 2014. So it's just kind of like our 10-year anniversary this year, which is kind of nice.
Wow. 10-year anniversary.
All right.
No
Decade.
kidding. So you literally started it while you were in college?
Yeah. Yep.
You did? Okay. All right. So what do you consider to be like your home base? Where are you located if somebody says that?
Yeah, I would say probably now New Lenox, Illinois.
Okay.
Yeah.
So have you played a lot of gigs recently?
Yeah, we try to do at least once or twice every month. So that's been pretty consistent since COVID ended.
Right. Okay. All right.
I noticed on your band mix page you're looking for some additional.
Is that still up? Josh, what the hell?
Yeah, I mean, it says you're seeking accordion, acoustic guitar, background singer, bagpipes, banjo, bass guitar. I don't see the glockenspiel in there.
Well, that's really why we're here. Accordion, you guys, do you guys play accordion at all?
No.
No, but Ray plays the skin flute.
The skin flute?
Whoa. However, we did have a band in here a few months ago.
Yeah.
That it's Gotham Ramblers. They've got an accordion player.
They do have an accordion player.
Yep.
Yeah.
Wow.
I can play the nose whistle.
Yes.
I mean, it sounds like we would fit in.
Yeah.
Skin flute and nose whistle. Come on.
I like it.
I mean,
Yeah, okay.
New band name.
Yeah, right. Skin flute and the nose whistles.
John, what do you think?
I said it first.
Yeah, right.
I said it first.
Oh, I think that was John.
Rock and Roll Chicago Podcast is currently auditioning for a new co-host.
Well, that's really funny too that you brought up that website because that's where we found our keyboardist.
Yeah. I was looking around. We didn't know where to look, but I found Bandmix, and I guess it's still active. So I'm actually getting some emails, so I should probably delete that. But that's where we found Brennan. We were pretty lucky because he's a heck of an artist, and if anyone out there is listening and you're looking if you lost a member, definitely try that site. It worked for us. So
Yeah. It's been around a long time.
Yeah,
I think I still have a profile on Bandmix, and it's probably been up there for close to 20 years.
Wow.
But I actually played in a band one time where the entire band was assembled from Bandmix.
Wow.
That's awesome.
No, but you have to go through about 300 emails before you find one person that you would play with, because there is a lot of hey, I've been taking lessons for 6 months and all my friends say I'm great.
Yeah.
There is a lot of that stuff on there.
Yep.
We must have lucked out because we only went through one, right?
Yeah.
That was
Wow.
bad.
yeah.
But even that was strange. 'Cause it's like we don't know this person. None of it. He was considerably younger than us, and it was like do we bring him over to the house? Do I just give him my address right from the jump here? What do we do here? But yeah, we lucked out. Especially it came at a great time because we had just separated, like we were saying, from our drummer and our bass player at the time. So, I jumped over to bass, Tony jumped over to drums, and we were a 3-piece, and we've always been a 5-piece. So it was. It's like, where do we go from here? And,
right.
I will admit it. I am not a big fan of jamming with keyboardists. We've jammed with a couple in the past, and they're great, good people, but I'm a singer-songwriter at heart, and so are most keyboardists. So it's like we're just butting heads when we're playing, shows. So Brennan, he's just, he just fills a gap that I didn't even know we had really, which is awesome.
Yeah. But I've never heard anybody say I don't like jamming with keyboard players. Really?
Yeah, I don't know what it is. Yeah, I think it's just that singer-songwriter mentality.
Huh.
I don't know.
Well, maybe you're finding keyboard players that are singer-songwriters.
That's maybe what the problem is.
Yeah, because the key, no pun intended, is literally to find a keyboard player that has no idea he has a left hand. Really?
Yeah,
really.
right.
Because then they start clashing with the bass player and everything else, and that's where it kind of clashes with other people.
Yeah.
Boy, but I'm completely opposite. It's like I don't ever want to be in a band ever again without one.
I don't think me either, honestly, now that I've jammed with a good one.
Yeah. Well, that's just it.
Yeah.
That's just it. Is a lot of your keyboard players. They're not like guitar players. They're not a dime a dozen. So when you find a good one, you keep them, and they end up being jobbers. And so you got to find one that can get out of that jobber mentality, I think.
That's a good point.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow. Excellent.
Yeah.
So what kind of stuff do you guys play?
It's been all over the place. My biggest influences, and we can go around and talk about that too, but, I think Grateful Dead and Sublime are kind of like where our roots kind of dig down. But classic rock, jam band stuff, reggae, blues. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I think that pretty much,
Yeah.
that's it.
So
Yeah, it's been hard.
that sounds to me like it's screaming out for like a trumpet player, saxophone player.
When this band first started in
They're looking
Kalamazoo-
for one here.
Yeah, right.
Is that in there in between the accordion and glockenspiel?
Trombone, trumpet. No glockenspiel.
No lute. Is there a lute down there?
No
lutes. No lutes. Okay.
no.
All right.
Josh, you got to add that on there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Have to play the lute.
Yep.
Yeah.
But in Kalamazoo, when the band first started, in
No, it's just kazoo,
2024
not Kalamazoo. It's just kazoo.
Looking for one electric kazoo. But the lineup, it was our main guy was a saxophone player, and it was great. It was amazing. It was just a totally different sound than what we're doing now, but equally as badass. So
Yeah. Nice. Well, I'll tell you what, we're a few minutes into the podcast right now, and I want to hear what these guys sound like.
Yeah, they have a 6-song EP out.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't need to hear the whole 6-song EP right now.
Let's do it.
But one would be pretty cool.
Yeah. Why don't you guys
Yeah,
give us
I see that they brought instruments in.
They did.
There's a milk crate in the corner. that should fit right in.
All righty. Well, why don't we take a little break here and get them set up, and we'll be right back.
Yeah, sounds good.
You're listening to the Rock and Roll Chicago Podcast. Hey, everybody, it's Ray the Roadie.
And this is Hollywood Mike of the Rock and Roll Chicago Podcast. If you've been enjoying our weekly program, we have great news for you. Just tune in to Road to Rock Radio on Mondays at 7 p.m. Central Time, and you can hear a rebroadcast of one of our past episodes. Then again on Thursdays at 7 p.m., you can hear our most current episode brought to you by the Illinois Rock and Roll Museum on Route 66.
So go to roadtorock.org, scroll down, and click on Radio Station. That'll bring you to the Road to Rock Radio, a station committed entirely to the great music from Illinois, from Chicago blues born on Maxwell Street to today's rock and roll and everything in between. 24/7, all music with its roots in Illinois.
And hook up in the afterlife. Now I know what's good for me is you, and when I'm down, you feel it too. Keep grinding when them breaks is through. Got me thinking of something. Do you feel it too? Baby, let me take care of you. There ain't gotta be something that we gotta do. Baby, it's just you. Undress you, a never-ending honeymoon. Got me thinking of something. Do you feel it too? Baby, let me take care of you. There ain't gotta be something that we gotta do. Baby, it's just you.
Nice abrupt ending. That was pretty cool.
Thank you.
Hey, I'll set these back to where they need to be. Wow,
Yeah,
fantastic.
Set it back to where they need to be.
Yeah, set it back to where it needs to be right there. That's the next band name. Set it back to where it needs to be.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, wow. That was pretty cool. I don't know what to think about that.
Whatever you want.
That was pretty melodic.
So-
it was.
Pretty high energy.
We like to say the juice is worth the squeeze, so we just hope that you feel the same.
No, that was I'm going to show my age here. I'm going to show my age completely on this because that reminded me of one of my favorite bands, and I wish this band would come out and record more albums, but I think they're absolutely done. God, I loved the Spin Doctors.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And that totally reminded me of the deep cuts on the Spin Doctors albums. You know, everybody knows them for Pocket Full of Kryptonite and Little Miss Can't Be Wrong and, you know, the poppy stuff.
Yeah.
But you listen to the deep cuts on the Spin Doctors albums and they were all this like jazz movements, very melodic, a lot of dynamics in the whole bit. And that song reminded me of a song on one of their albums called Cleopatra's Favorite Cat.
Check it out.
It's like this, you know, it's kind of thing like that, just like you guys were doing with all the breaks and the timing and stuff like that. Listen to that song. That was pretty cool, man. I really like that.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Even I've heard of Cleopatra's Cat.
Cleopatra's Cat.
I have.
It's a great song.
It is a great.
It is the most high energy, greatest song with as little instrumentation as possible.
Right.
I mean, it's like half the song is almost all like finger snaps, and then they get to do like this jazzy part, and even the vocals like Cleopatra's favorite cat.
Yep.
That's the way the whole song starts. It's and that totally reminded me of it.
Cool. Take it as a compliment.
When you guys are playing, do you do any acoustic sets or is it all?
Every once in a while, but
Yeah.
typically it's live and electric.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow. Pretty cool.
Yeah, it sounded great.
Yeah, it's like pulling teeth getting him to play an acoustic
Yeah,
guitar.
I was
so-
about to say our acoustic sets. We say they're acoustic, but I'm usually with my electric guitar, my super reverb amp, and you know we're coming in pretty hot. But that was pretty much the first time I played acoustic guitar,
Not too shabby.
live for anything.
The secret is to find a really cool electric guitar that sounds acoustic.
That's
That's the secret. Check. The Epiphone makes a really cool one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If anybody at Epiphone is listening, we're looking for sponsors.
Yeah. So who's the main songwriter?
I think, you know, in the early years, it was definitely me writing a good majority of it. This guy writes all the stuff that if we ever get on the radio, you know, we'll get us famous, the stuff he writes.
Yeah.
I write more of the weird kind of
So who wrote that?
that was me.
And what's the name of that one?
Semantics.
Semantics.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah.
And then nowadays it seems like, you know, anybody brings a riff to the table at practice and, you know, over the next 8 weeks, we all just keep adding to it and, you know, pull from the puzzle pieces we've created at home and bring it together and make something cool.
Right.
So I saw in the band mix that you have a 6-song EP out.
Yeah.
And it says you got 20 additional songs.
We have a lot more than that, I feel like, at this point.
Are you planning on recording them or?
Yeah, it's on the Honeydew list.
Okay.
Man,
He could be a podcaster.
Yeah, he could be.
He could be.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
guys looking for a third host?
Yeah.
A third, fourth, and fifth host?
We actually have a third. His name is Paul Martin. He's not here right now.
That's right.
Yeah. I mean, he's not in the studio. He's our editor in the Hope. So it is a 3-person team for
Awesome.
sure. Already.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like the Trinity.
Yes, we are. Mm-hmm. I don't know. That would be. I don't know if that would be a
Father, Son, and the greatest host.
You don't have to call me that, right?
Once again, Rock and Roll Chicago Podcast is looking for a new
additional-
co-host.
Yeah. No, that's pretty good. So what is the goal? You know, are you guys, you know, just happy playing around in bars or stuff? Or do you guys really want to get discovered? You're really trying to make a go of this?
I don't know. I mean, we never really talked about any of that. I mean, kind of what we're doing now, we all have families. We all have, you know, busy lives. 3 out of 4 of us are our own business owners too. So,
Wow.
you know, it's right now it's a lot of fun. If something happens, it'd be great.
Yeah.
But, you know, we're easy to please, I feel like, at this point. And as long as we can keep gigging, and what do you guys think?
Yeah, I mean, we've gigged more in the last year, I feel like, than we have in the last 5 years. And 2025 is looking pretty stacked as well, too, with the amount of gigs we're booking. But I think we're all happy, you know, doing what we're doing right now.
Yeah.
We're all getting a little older. Obviously, it would be cool to be discovered, but
Hell yeah.
we're just doing what we love. Like twice a month, we go out and
Yeah.
play music for usually 3 hours.
Yep. Yeah, I always tell my fiance, it's like, if we didn't have this band, I'd join a bowling league. I just got to do something every week, you know? I got to do something.
Wow. Bowling league. No kidding. Yeah. So what do you guys do during the day? You said 3 out of the 4 of you are business owners?
Yeah, these guys.
Yeah?
Well, not quite yet. I'm in a family business, so
Oh, okay.
eventually I'll be, you know, taken over, but
there's a fine line between graffiti art and owning a paint contracting business. Is what you're saying.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So,
No, seriously, what do you do?
So family business, this is a nice little plug. I was actually at the job with my uncle today, so I told him I'd plug the business. So it's Reed and Peterson Drainage. We do sewer and drain cleaning. And then there's a sister company that called Trenchless Innovations, and we do sewer lining and then air duct restoration. So I'm out in the field. So I've been doing that for the last 7-8 years.
Did I mention that we are looking for sponsors?
We are looking for sponsors.
Yeah. So all right.
And a lot of our listeners are old enough where they need some rotor rooting.
They sure do.
Yes. And we're better than rotor rooters. So
yeah. Well, good. And what do you do?
I'm owner operator of T-Zax Pro Lawn Care. We do lawn and landscaping around this area: Joliet, Shorewood, Plainfield.
I've seen this Tezak.
Yeah, there's also a funeral home that's T-Zac in the area.
Yeah.
You're probably thinking of that, but I get asked all the time about that.
No, I actually don't think it's where it is. Do you guys have a sign on Weber Road in Romeoville?
In Plainfield, off of Route 30, my shop's up there. It's got a big sign on there.
I think that's what I'm thinking of.
Yeah, right by the.
And that's your business.
Yeah.
Wow. No kidding. Okay.
Did I mention to you that we are looking for sponsors?
You were looking for sponsors?
Hey, we need to get some snow, and I'm just trying to make it through the winter right now.
Yeah. Isn't that funny? Because I was in a band before where a guy owned his own landscape company, and then in the wintertime, all he did was plow.
That's what they all do.
That's what they do.
That's what they all do.
Yeah. You got trucks and and stuff like that. That's what you do. Yeah. That's exactly right.
And plowing is big money.
Oh yeah, it is.
Money. You make more money plowing than cutting grass.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's for sure.
And so you're not a business owner. What do you do?
I'm in corporate America. I'm a corporate sellout. Yeah.
Yeah.
I sell beer for a living. I work for a distributor. It's a lot of fun.
Did I tell you that we're looking for sponsors?
Send it up the chain, yeah.
Did I mention that we're looking for beer?
Yeah. I should have brought some. Yeah, it's not a bad gig.
Yeah, no kidding. All right. Well, that's good.
Yep.
So what's on the plate for 2025? It's like, do you guys have a vision, things that you want to accomplish and everything for the coming year?
Yeah, I think right now we just got a really cool opportunity with Smoky Joe's in Crete, Illinois, the bar out there. So we're playing there, every 6 weeks or so for all of 2025.
I've played there, and we interviewed his band.
We interviewed Vince and his band.
Nice.
Vince is in a band, and we had them in the studio a few months ago. Actually. Yeah.
Great people, great venue, and we gig out a lot of local bars, local establishments. I think we're kind of all aligned to, we'd like to start playing a little bit more festivals, whether those are, those hippie jam festivals or even rib fests, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Just any festival, but love to get into like the brewery scene too. So if there's any breweries out there looking for some live music, love to get into that. Honeydew Squeeze would be the name of a very good wheat ale, I feel like.
Yeah, you're probably right. Yeah.
Or you should at least have a shot or a cocktail created for you. So when you play, say, let's do a special on the Honeydew Squeeze and give them the recipe.
That's not bad. That's a
great idea.
Yeah. You should absolutely do that.
Yeah.
Wow.
What do you guys think? I mean, we haven't really talked about what 2025 other than what we already have booked. I mean,
so we're going to get more merch made up.
Yep.
Possibly do some more recording.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think gig up to twice a month is our main goal right now. Try and keep that consistent. It's been going pretty good so far.
Yeah.
Agreed.
You got stuff booked for 2025?
Halfway. I feel.
Really?
Yeah,
Really?
we're booked every month except for the summer. As of now, we're kind of keeping that open just for, a lot of battle of the bands, things like that always pop up in festivals like we were just talking about.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, every other month of 2025, we got something going on. So check out our Facebook if you want to come see us live.
Well, you got a calendar? What you guys got coming up in like February and March? And
Yeah.
stuff like
So as of right now, it's just all we have concrete. In January, we have Stray Bar in Frankfurt. And then in February,
that's out by you.
It's right by me.
Yeah, great. Yeah.
That's the 25th
of January.
Yeah, January.
Yep. And then Smoky Joe's will be February
the 7th.
7th.
Yep.
And then we're back there in March.
Yeah, 29th.
29th. Yep. Yeah. And we got a couple other feelers, hopefully getting to like Midtown in Manhattan. It's a great venue for us. They take care of us there. So, so we're actively booking.
Okay. Pretty cool. And when are you finding all this time to get together and write and rehearse?
Wednesdays.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like clockwork.
Oh, sorry to take you out of your element today.
in a garage too. In a cold garage, but
we got heaters.
Yeah, we've had the heaters. So yeah.
Yeah, every Wednesday we try to get together, and then it's constant communication outside of that.
Right.
Texting, sending ideas, puzzle pieces back and forth,
So how many gigs have you guys played since this formation has been together?
The three of us have played at least 50 shows, I would say, right?
So you guys are getting booked.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we're playing pretty consistently. I mean, we used to play in the city a lot before COVID. Our old drummer and bassist were really big in the Chicago music scene, so they kind of put an emphasis on that. Since we got this new, 4-piece we got going on right now, it seems like we're staying a little bit more local, kind of like an evening with Honeydew Squeeze type shows, 3-hour sets, as opposed to like a 45-minute set with multiple band lineup in the city. But yeah, I mean, we've played at, Beat Kitchen was always great to us, Cubby Bear. On what was a couple other, like Double Door, was that one we played at?
Bottom Lounge.
Oh yeah,
Room.
Yeah, those are nice places.
Room, yeah.
So this is kind of weird. I mean, it's strange to hear you say that because we've had all original bands in here before.
Yeah.
And none of them are playing as much as you guys are. How are you getting booked? What's your secret?
We don't just play originals.
Well, okay. So let's clarify that.
Yeah.
All right. So what percentage of your show is original versus cover?
20 to 25 original.
Yeah.
The rest covers.
Yeah, I would say so.
Okay. So about a third. So what is it? About a third of your set would be originals.
So we typically play 24 songs in a show.
Okay.
Maybe 24 to 26.
Okay.
And of those, I would say
5 or 6 originals.
Yeah, maybe 6.
Okay.
It's a good
So
balance.
so you're not going out and playing. You're not going out and playing all those 20 some originals or whatever
just pepper
that
them
you
in.
have. So what are you? So what's your cover set? Right.
Yeah, all over the place, really. I mean,
Yeah, Grateful Dead, Beatles, Rolling Stones.
Okay.
lot of
Talking
Sublime.
Heads. Yeah,
Talking
Sublime.
Heads.
Okay.
Yeah.
But then we also try to bring in, we got Mac Miller in there. We do, what are some other than I don't
Post
know.
Malone.
Yeah, Post Malone.
Okay.
Try to
His
keep-
country stuff or his real stuff?
No, his real stuff.
Okay.
His real stuff. Yeah.
I said it that way, and I shouldn't have said it that way. But I saw him on the CMA Award show a few weeks ago, and all of a sudden he's like in this country genre where Post Malone's showing up with a cowboy hat and boots, and
Yep.
and the George Jones suit and whole. And I was like, "What the hell is this?" But he did write and perform a song. I don't think he's the greatest vocalist in the world. That's my opinion.
Yeah.
But he wrote a song that is destined to be like the next generation's #1 wedding song. And,
Oh, yeah.
and yeah, it really was. If it was performed by somebody else like George Strait, it would have been a fantastic song.
Wow.
But I don't even know the name of it. But the whole song is about a guy who's giving his daughter away at her wedding. And the chorus of the song is, "Just because I'm giving her away doesn't mean she's yours."
Ah,
cool.
That's a country song right there.
Yeah, it was, but it was
Yeah.
a slow tearjerker kind of ballad thing.
Yeah.
But I digress. So, I mean, there's some continuity though in your covers because it's not like you were saying like Bruno Mars and Black Sabbath. I mean,
No,
there's some. It's that jam. I mean, it's that jam band kind of thing that you're doing.
Yeah.
There, and so there's some continuity.
And
there.
we do like our bread and butter, I would say, too, at this point, is we like to do medleys, too. So it's, we'll throw in 7 songs all into one and make it as long as the crowd will let us jam.
Right. Okay. I totally get that.
Yeah.
So there's appealing for everybody.
Yeah, that's the whole point. We're trying to, we're right in that sweet spot of young and old, I feel like, too. So it's like we want to bring younger people, but we also want to keep the older people there.
Right.
And so it's, it's just we're trying to find the balance. And I think our original music is kind of a little happy medium.
Right.
So figuring it out,
It also seems to me, though, like you've got a genre that isn't widely accepted everywhere. Because a lot of clubs, they want to hear the Bruno Mars. They want to hear the stuff that you're hearing on mainstream radio, right? Because they feel that that's what brings people in, right? And sometimes jam band can get a bad rap. I mean, it is kind of a niche market kind of thing. Are you guys getting any kind of pushback from anybody because of that? I mean, are you fighting hard for the gigs, or are they pretty much coming pretty easily?
I mean, we definitely put in the work. I think we work for the work we get.
Okay.
It's not something that we know somebody and we get opportunities. We really don't know anybody in the scene. We don't really know anybody that owns a bar. It's just been, us busting our ass and being consistent and bringing people to our shows. Thankfully, people keep showing up. So, I think, and I think the set lists help. They hear us and we're able to do a nice little happy medium too of kind of mellower songs that people could still enjoy their dinner. because, you know, it is 3 hours. That's a long time to listen to the same band. So
Right.
it's nice that we can kind of tap in and out of melting people's faces and being just, you know, in the corner.
Right. Right. Plus, I mean, the name of the band probably has their mouths watering.
Oh, yeah.
You know, they're sitting there. It's like an appetizer.
For like a salad or something.
Yeah, something like that.
Some honeydew with some iceberg lettuce. And,
Yeah, right. Hey, and you know, salt and pepper on honeydew melon is fantastic, by the way. You shouldn't overlook that. Yeah.
Okay.
Noted.
I'm heading to the Jules after we're done here.
We're going to Juliet's and get drunk. You know that.
Long jewels.
Yeah. So, you know, I think it's time for another song.
I think so.
I'd like to hear another song.
I would like to hear another one. I'm chomping at the bit.
Yeah.
Plus, I want to eat my honeydew that I brought with.
Okay. There you go. We're going
right.
to take a quick break.
You're listening to the Rock and Roll Chicago Podcast.
All right. And once again, we have Honeydew Squeeze.
Yeah, and this is a song called Mainly Maui Wowie. This one is on our the only album we have out in the ethers right now called Variety Pack Volume 1. Yeah.
Of course it's called Maybe Maui Wowie. What else would it be?
2, 3, 4.
Nothing, making something out of sunshine. Lay in the grass and watch the clouds roll by. To pass the time, picked up a few tricks like how to make rhymes, to scratching discs. And if you bring the style, I'll bring the rhythm. And working at something you call this a living. And I'm still stuck on the simple things. I just wanna see you smile when you hear me sing. And I'm still stuck on the simple things, like the birds and the bees, clouds and the trees, blowing in the wind, go with the flow. Jump on my longboard and go coast to coast and cruise without a care in the world. Another night spent on the bathroom floor, another morning contemplating getting out of bed, or stay inebriated and get lost in my head. Cause I came for the party, stayed for the women, got lost in the music but found my own rhythm. And I know it's the booze gets us all together, but the marijuana smoke brings us closer than ever. Singing da 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 da. Mainly Maui Wowie man, the room goes up in smoke. Singing da 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 da. Mainly Maui Wowie man, the room goes up in smoke. Keep hitting snooze, just another 15. No need to rush back to reality. I'm not ready for today, but I'ma live it like my last thing. Got many stories, cause I don't live in the past. And I'm down on my feet, before I live on my knees. I could hardly see my future, so I bet it don't know me. Let the sun beat down, pick me up. Try to get through the day and keep my head up, walking away. And who's to say that tomorrow won't be just like today? Walking away. And who's to say that tomorrow won't be just like today? So chill, without a care in the world. Another night spent with some random girl. Another morning contemplating getting out of bed. I stay inebriated and get lost in my head. Cause I came for the party, stayed for the women, got spot, cause you don't like change much.
Wow.
Whoa, we got some echo at the end there.
Even manually did the fade out.
Yeah, no kidding, man.
Wow.
I was starting to get a little stoned.
Holy shit.
Contact eye.
Yeah. Dang.
You hit the applause and it kind of like took me out of a trance. That was really good. Holy shit.
Thank you.
That was great.
Dare I say like Everlast?
Take it.
Damn.
Yeah.
It's really good.
Very good.
I think I'm freaking blown away.
I think so. I think you are. I think you have a band crush.
I do.
Well, hey, if you have any parties, you need a band play.
I think I've got that covered. I don't have to pay myself. We were just having this conversation, weren't we?
Yeah, we were. Yeah, we were. So you guys mentioned earlier you're on Facebook. Anywhere else people can find you? Don't go to Band Mix. It's not up to date.
Yeah, I do not. Facebook and Instagram are our main two.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
All your events and everything around there?
Yeah, absolutely.
Alrighty. Well, thanks for coming out, guys.
Thanks for having us.
Sounds real good.
Thank you.
Fantastic.
And you'll definitely see me at the Stray Bar at the end of the month, end of January.
Sweet.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
Thank you guys very much. Really appreciate it.
Remind me of that.
I will remind you.
We'll go out there and have a cocktail.
Because I know
or
you're
two.
not playing in January.
I've got a 25th. What's the date? What's your date in January?
25th. Yeah.
Oh shit! I can't. I'm playing on the 25th.
I'll still remind you.
Yeah.
I'll remind you that I'm going.
There's plenty more in 2025. So
Yeah.
we'll see how one of
I
them.
don't think my band would like if I didn't show up on the 25th.
Yeah, it's just the Still Masters.
Yeah, it would be just the Stillmasters then at that point. All
Alrighty,
right.
guys. Thanks a lot.
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks.
Well, there you have it. Honeydew Squeeze.
Honeydew Squeeze. I was gonna laugh at that name, but holy crap, were they freaking good?
Yeah, they were. Amazing. They sounded fantastic. I mean, that's why I had to ask them, do you ever do acoustic sets? I mean,
Yeah.
they sounded great.
It sounded amazing like that. I'm trying to imagine what they're going to sound like because they said he never plays electric guitar or never plays acoustic guitar.
Right,
It's always
right.
electric.
Right.
That's got to be pretty interesting.
Yeah, and he played it well. Very well.
Yeah. I've got to assume like when they're fully electric, it almost has like a ska feel to it or something.
Probably. Yeah.
Maybe. Yeah. I'm going to have to go check them out.
I've seen pictures online. They're playing acoustic, but of course he has the electric.
Yeah, right.
So they're probably playing something a little bit more mellow, but it should be interesting.
Yeah.
I hope to see them over at the Stray Bar.
Yeah, go ahead and see.
So I'll remind you about it, even though you can't make it.
Yeah, I mean, don't worry. I mean, my heart won't be broken.
Okay. We'll find another time.
Blow off my show. It goes
That's right.
That's all right. No, that's okay. No, go see him.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, everybody. Once again, thanks for joining us for another amazing podcast on the Rock and Roll Chicago podcast. Join us every Tuesday for another new exciting episode. We'll see you next week. The Rock and Roll Chicago podcast is edited by Paul Martin. Theme song courtesy of M&R Rush. The Rock and Roll Chicago podcast does not own the rights to any of the music heard on the show. The music is used to promote the guests that are featured.
Rock and roll Chicago.